Hi, I'm Exocron. Welcome to my channel Into Space and to a new episode of Starfield, episode 8. I have to try something because on the last episode I couldn't stand up from the pilot seat. It was because if some other ships are in range, every time you press E and hold it, it will just take another target and try to contact the pilot of the other ship. So we jumped a little bit. We jumped to Paradiso, to the Porrima system. It was one short jump. I hope. Yeah, from Denebola, where the Mantis lair is, to Porrima. And we are on board the famous Razorleaf bounty hunter ship. I feel like Mandalorian? Django or Jabba? Jabba. Boba Fett. And on board with me is Sarah and Barrett. And I hope you can see it. We came out of the hyperspace and this thing was in space right before us. And the security office from the surface of this planet contacted us. I wasn't ready with my record key. And we got this new mission. First contact. Speak with Chief Sugiyama. I received a message from Paradiso Chief Security Officer Jiro Sugiyama. There's a sensitive matter he wishes to discuss. I should meet him in Paradiso. So, we are here. And as I stand up, I wanted to get back to the ship, and we approach a bug that is famous since Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, and now in Starfield, always in Bethesda games. And also I saw that we have a cargo hold inventory system right near the pilot seat. It's great. But as I go back, the back of the ship, and you can Google research it. It's a common problem right now. I pray for it. Bethesda will patch it, because otherwise it will be useless, completely useless. On the last episode, hopefully someone that watched it, the last minutes, I put two weapons on this: a cold pistol, an old pistol from my parents that I got on this wall, and a standard pistol with a suppressor. Yeah. You see them? I don't see them. And they are not in my cargo hold from the ship. Not in my inventory. They are just... Okay, I have another suppressed EON. But not this one that I put on the wall. And also the cultist gun. So in this case, all this room with weapon storage is useless until Bethesda will patch it. Because the other big problem with ships right now in Starfield is, if you go to a ship dealer and you upgrade, you build a new ship, or you just, for example, will rebuild this ship, because you can tear apart every ship you find in the verse. And we take, for example, this weapon racks out, this whole module with this weapon racks, and put it out and build it around in a new mother and put it back in. And you didn't get all your stuff from this module, it will be gone. And the funny part is, sometimes over time weapons appear, but some random shit. And it's the same thing that Bethesda make with Morrowind back in time, Oblivion back in time, and Skyrim still. So yeah, some modders get around it with special crates that you have parked, for example in Skyrim, that are safe, that are marked as safe, that all things you put in will not disappear. Until now, the only crate that I found is that your stuff don't disappear if you put it in. It's your own safe in the lodge headquarter, next to your bed in your room. But other also these crates don't put any value things in it. It will be gone. And I don't understand how it could happen. How? 8 years in development? Don't they learn something from the other games? Because this ship is a special one. It's not a build ship or something else. You can, over a quest line, you get this ship. It's your ship. It's built by Bethesda. So this weapon racks have to be safe. Everyone, every crate on board this ship. I don't get it. I can't. It's too high for me. Sorry. I have to tell it because it was... I don't get it. Okay, we are going down to the surface of this planet and look forward what the problem is with this ship. We are going to fly a nearby pass-by. And look, it's a very interesting ship. It's a long ship. And has an interesting shape, a very long shape. I don't think we can just board and overtake this ship because it doesn't look like a modular ship. It's just I think a mission ship. But still looks interesting. No, don't stand up. I hate the look of this helmet. But for 1 or 2 episodes we will get with it. Also the armor is not the prettiest one. Fine. We are landing. Scanning. Landing. So, Paradiso. I have problem with pronouncement of this word. Paradise? Yeah, Paradiso? Paradiso? I hope. So, we're getting out. Going with...
Seeing, this world has all the essential building blocks to support life.
With Sarah, and she have no space suit on, so we don't have also one. But I have too much. I have too much weight on me. Wait, I have to go to the ship, and we just cargo hold, inventory, and we just put store. I have 5. Okay. Yeah, store all. I understand how we are so heavy. Space suites. Yeah. Didn't saw this one. But I ultimately love this one. It's really nearly and somehow to Boba Fett. But I didn't found the helmet. Perhaps we should go back to the Mantis layer later and look for it, but right now we are good. And we're dropping the coachman. We have some other weapons we can, store. Okay. Oh wait, we have the... Okay, we have still too much on us. So, best item. Original Aquila City Charter. Okay. Misk. Yeah. 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 Okay. Can't get rid of it. I have still too much. What do we do? Base Adept Coachman. And we are Lawgiver. Okay. We are good to go. Forgot every time this we have a door in the back. A real door. And it's got dark in here.
Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Yeah, you stay here, Vesco. It was last time unsatisfied how you protected me. Sarah, are you coming? Sarah? Sarah? Okay. Okay, I get it. Nobody wants to come with me. Hi.
Enjoy your stay, knowing you're in our capable hands.
Oh. Thank you, sir.
We try to stay out of the guest way, but we are always here if needed.
No one is in office? I mean, yeah, it's late, but it's like an airport here. Ah, okay, so we have one guard. We have something like a brick. We have a second guard.
Paradiso security's only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
Okay. How we do get... Okay, there's a way. So this is just a welcome party. So hello, sir.
Welcome to Paradiso. Jiro Sugiyama at your service. Do you have a security concern, or is there something else I can help you with?
I'm here about the distress call you sent. It's Paradiso Security affiliated with the UC of Restart Collective. What sort of trouble do you run into a resort? Oh, this is a very, very important question. Because we had the problem with some goods on our ship that are not so... I hope you know what I mean. When we get into UC or 3-star security, we have a problem. After scanning, for example. But if these guys operate on their own... Oh...
Neither. We're our own private force. The Paradiso group pays top dollar for top-notch security. And I dare say we're some of the best in the business. We have to be out here on the fringes of the settled systems. Okay.
This was fine. What sort of trouble you run into at a resort?
Honestly, it's not as exciting as you might think most of the time. More often than not, we're just handling drunk and disorderly conduct. Heck, even pirates leave us alone for the most part. I think it's because some of them actually vacation here. As long as they're not bothering anyone, we've been told not to worry about them.
I like him. I'm here about the distress call.
Ah, yes, of course. I'm glad you came. As you can imagine, we're in a bit of a predicament. Under normal circumstances, we would not enlist outside help in this manner. But this is a matter we can't afford to worry our guests about. As such, we need to handle this discreetly. Failure on your part to do so could have severe consequences. So, before we proceed, can you swear not to discuss this with anyone else unless explicitly directed to do so?
Understood, I swear. Let me know what you need me to do. yeah, I agree. Just hurry up and tell me what you want to already. No, in this playthrough I will be nice and chill. I'm going to need to think about this and get back to you. Because if you are chill, mostly in the Bethesda games you get much farther into the game. But if you get harsh, you kill some ways of play, of story. I am going to need to think about this. Yeah, you're not in UC or 3-star jurisdiction. How bad could the punishment be?
Great. I appreciate it. Not too long ago, a strange and enormous ship appeared in Porrima space. It is now locked in orbit around our planet. So far, it doesn't seem to be hostile, but any attempts to communicate with it have been in vain, so we're unsure of the ship's intentions.
Seems like a delicate situation go on. Get to the point. I assume you want me to blast it out of the sky? What do you think we're dealing with? They didn't respond to communications. What kind of ship is it? Any idea who it belongs to?
It bears no discernible markings or allegiances to any manufacturers we're aware of. I'm hoping that doesn't mean we're dealing with some sort of new deep space threat. Can't say for sure. Looks worn, but not cobbled together like a Crimson Fleet junker. Others have been saying it's some new Varun design, a gigantic battleship with hidden armaments preparing for assault, but that doesn't check out either. There's also been talk about non-human sentient life. The comms data we received might support that, but humanity's spread far and wide and no one's ever encountered anything like that. Still, first contact. Could you imagine?
I can't imagine it. A ship with no contact, yeah, that's strange.
Not quite. It took some time, but we received a transmission. It was all, pardon the phrasing, it sounded almost alien, like nothing anyone's heard before. Clicks, distorted groans, buzzing, really disturbing sounds. Now, one of our engineers says it could just be some busted comm equipment or incompatible signals, but we're not sure. So far, no one's disembarked from the ship. No landing craft, nothing. We don't have the staff or ships to spare, otherwise we'd dock with it and attempt to board. It is. Whatever's going on, we need to approach this with care. First, see if you have more luck communicating with them. If not, you may have to try boarding. Whatever you do, it's important to remember to seek diplomacy with who or whatever's on board. As soon as you have any more information, report to Oliver Campbell. He's the CEO of Paradiso. All formal decisions will need to go through him, and he'll have your pay. Good luck.
It's like Cloud City with Lando Calrissian of Star Wars. And I don't mean episode 2. No 2. 5. But I mean the books. Because Lando Calrissian is like a cat. He get always up on his feet. And Cloud City was just one of his projects. The books I read are very, very great. So, yeah. It's sad you can't see the ship from the surface. Okay, we will go a little bit farther and look. Wait, what is with our weapon? No. Wait. Wrong weapon. Weapons. We are changing. B2 and the pacifier to 3. So now I'm happy. So always carry a sidearm by your side. How we get there? Oh, there's a walkway. I mean, we have, Bethesda told us nearly 1,000 planets or sun systems. I don't remember it right. But even if we have 1,000 planets that are generated with AI, and from this 1,000 systems...
Welcome back, Mr. Tofik. I am aware that this is your 8th visit to our resort. Your repeat patronage is much appreciated. Is there any assistance I may offer you today?
Actually, a question. Usually when I come here, the shuttle takes a certain route, showing me the beauty of this world. But this time, our entries seem to take longer, and we pass by a lot more open water. Was there something wrong with our normal flight path? I heard the rumors of a ship in orbit.
Please allow me to apologize for this inconvenience. This alternate entry was required due to a meteor shower affecting the usual descent route. Nothing to worry about.
Meteor shower.
Allow me to credit your account
Nice.
with 15% discount on spa amenities. Once again, we are dreadfully
It
sorry.
is so nice.
Okay, Viator.
This whole problem with the ship in orbit, the story with the officer, the story with the visitor and the roboter.
Esteemed guest, thank you for once again choosing Paradiso for your vacation.
It's so great. Trade Authority Kiosk. And back. Even if 50 planets are well designed, well made by Bethesda employees, it is still a great universe. Because only just to make one planet, a short part of the planet, looks good, feels like alive, is so hard. And you see, you can't compare it with for example, Star Citizen, because this is a very small biotope. It's so small scale. Every planet in Star Citizen, every city in Starfield, I mean. Star Citizen are a totally different size, and but you see how much effort you have put in to build something like this, a game like this. Also, this looks like from Just Cause somehow. So enhance. Oh, we have our beauty.
Can I tell you something? I wasn't always this perfect. Enhance can help you too.
Okay, Violet. Perhaps later. So here we can come back and facelift our body if we don't like it. But also, for example, on New Atlantis, we have something to eat. I like it. Still a security officer. A restaurant. No. Is this just a bungalow you can live in? Yeah, you can rent it. Oh man. And woman. It would be perhaps the first time of a very, very long time Exocron would get back into modding business. My my times as I had mod something is back in Star Wars. Hi guys. Jedi Knight. Jedi Knight? Jedi Knight. 1 and 2. It's so long ago. But if you could build something like this, because you will have so much money in the late game. So much money. And yeah, you can still upgrade your ship and build your ship in another way. But if you could build on the planet some houses that you can rent, that you can stay with some of your companions.
The beach, the sound of the ocean. Oh, this is wonderful.
And with the new physics in this game, it's just amazing. It's just great. Really, really great. Like Sarah just told. I love the sea. A nice bar.
Everything here is a little more expensive than what I expected. Guess that's how they
Piss
get you.
off, I ain't bothering you.
Man, don't piss me off. Believe me. Okay. I hope... Wait. We can swim, or... Can we?
I'm not much of a beach person, but...
We can. Can we dive? No, I don't think so. We can't dive. But it's not a problem to build it into the game. Okay, let's just go and try out the main building. Just for the science approach.
One of these days, I'd love to experience this resort the way I'm used.
Welcome, Paradiso. Can I just check in?
Oh, this looks like a lovely place for a stay. Might also be the perfect time to stop for some food or a tranquility. Where should we begin?
Another lost belonging notification in the system. When am I going to find the time? Oh dear, a guest. Dreadfully sorry you had to hear my complaint. How unprofessional of me. Hello, welcome to Paradiso.
Paradiso.
At your service.
I was right.
Do you need assistance checking in for your reservation?
Oh, thanks. I'm not a guest. I'm not playing on staying. I'm not playing this on stay. I don't have a reservation, but I would like to book a room now. No, I haven't decided whether I was staying here yet. It sounds like you're in the middle of something. Should I come back?
Oh, no, nonsense. Just a small scheduling issue. Some of our guests have misplaced their belongings, and I am responsible for finding and returning said belongings. Just one of the many services we are happy to provide here at Paradiso. Nothing to worry you about. May I continue to check you in?
Yeah, why not?
Very well.
How much will it
I can't guarantee we have
cost?
any premium rooms available at the moment, but if you're still interested, we may have other rooms.
Maybe I can help you find the lost belongings. What can you tell me about Paradiso? Which resort accommodation can you recommend? Who owns this place? I need to... Whoa. Wait, we just pick up the
you're
quest?
On vacation. I wouldn't dream of asking a guest to find other guests' lost belongings. But if you want to take a look at the list in the system and you happen to find anything while you're out and about, I suppose it would help me out. Please, don't feel obligated, however.
Okay.
Thank you again for staying with us.
Okay, we will work on this later. But right now... Thank you, ma'am. We are just going with unidentified ship. No. We just unmarked it. Quest. Where's our quest? So. We are going back to our ship.
Don't worry about us. We're just here to keep the peace.
Yes, please.
A pleasant change of scenery.
Take off.
Stable orbit achieved. We can stay here forever. Well,
Okay, we are trying to approach the ship. Engines. Wait. We are just pushing engine shields up. Missiles. So we have 1 point for our gravity jump engine. And we are looking how we could dock. Unidentified ship. So. I believe the docking was underneath. Oh. I would still like... No. Oh, I hate this system.
lay it on me.
Yeah. Barrett. Thank you for watching my stupidness. Still, how we get there? Wait. Oh. But this is one of the docking stations of the ship. Let we try. Go around and look. I don't think we can just go out of the ship, jump over and go in. I hope I can dock with this ship. With my ship. But how? Photo mode, exit scanner. Wait, what does the quest say? There's an ominous ship in orbit above Paradise. I should attempt to communicate with it. Okay. Ah, here we go. Incoming transmission. Hello. So this is Exocron. Ah, it hurts. I don't think this is working. I'm going to attempt a docking procedure and we can talk on board. I don't understand you. Can you hear me? Okay. Is there something wrong with the communication array? Is something wrong? Do you need help? Okay. We are just docking.
Nice clean dock, Captain.
Getting up. Making us ready. I swear, in the next episode we are going
What's on your mind?
to get a bigger ship, because I don't like to rebuild this one. I will keep it like it is. I like it. Sarah, you going with me? Sarah is dreaming. Helmet on. Wait. Backpack is on, yeah. Weapons. We're going in. Ah, what? This is very nice. Our hatch. Here we go.
Good day, Captain.
Looks interesting.
Stay alert. Weapons at the ready.
Remain calm. There's no reason to suspect whatever it is hostile.
I will pick up. Now is the time for diplomacy.
Agreed. But we must be ready. Now, eyes and ears shut.
Okay.
You're human.
Of course I'm a human. I take you were expecting something else. Human? I didn't know there were other options. Oh, can't you see? I'm actually a weird scary monster with tentacles. Wait, what are you?
Oh, pardon my ignorance. We just didn't expect to find people out here. We didn't think anyone else left Earth before us.
What?
Imagine being cut off from humankind for that long. How terribly frightening that would be.
Perhaps we should greet our guests.
Of course. Manners. I'm Captain Diana Brackenridge. This is Security Officer Bomani Reader.
Something like Star Trek.
And this is Dr. Mabuti da Costa, one of our elders.
A pleasure to meet you.
I'm Exocron and I'm here to help. Wait, don't tell me you're going to ask me for some sort of huge favor. Yeah, look, I'm just here to help the people on the planet down below. What is this ship?
You've come aboard the Earth colony ship, Constant. Generations ago, we set forth from the planet Earth with the mission of colonizing a new habitable world in the spirit of our ancestors nearly a millennium ago. I see. As you may have presumed, we're in a bit of a bind. Our ship has finally completed its near 200-year journey from Earth, only to find our new home seemingly colonized by... well, we don't know. Communications haven't been successful, so your arrival is fortuitous. Perhaps you'd be willing to act as a middle person between ourselves and the others.
I would love to know more, but maybe we should get away from this airlock first. You know, those others are human beings and they were here first. No, gonna lie, this is a pretty big ask. Incredible 200 years. How did it take so long to get there? Do you know about the people on the surface? How did you all survive for 200 years? Your communication didn't work? Why is that?
We're not entirely sure. Our engineers believe it's possible that our technology just isn't compatible with theirs. All we hear when using them to communicate with anyone is a bunch of disturbing noise. It gave me the heebie-jeebies at first.
Incredible. How did you all survive?
Well, the short answer is, we didn't. It's a generation ship, which is to say that most of us lived long, happy lives on board and passed our missions.
It's a very small generation ship.
It was never intended that the original crew would make it to our destination. The goal was always the preservation of the human race above all else. Though it would seem that was perhaps a bit presumptuous.
It's like always with Bethesda games. Outside of a building, a ship, vehicle, and the inside are totally different because the dimensions of the outside of this ship would never fit, for example, 100 people or 200 people. It would be too small, but because the scale, it is just with Lego figures, minifigures. The scale is not right, so you have make some arrangements, some changes to your layout if you build, for example, a city, so it fits. But it's still good thing.
If you don't need me anymore, I have a ship to run.
Yeah.
Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? Now then, please follow me. There's much to discuss first. We'll speak more on the matter once we reach the bridge.
Follow,
Dr.
Captain.
Costa, you may return to your quarters if you wish.
Thank you, Captain. I will follow you to the bridge, ma'am. For security purposes.
Sarah, come with me.
I do not believe we have need to fear our guest, but I'll allow it if you insist. Welcome to the Earth colony ship Constant. In the early 2100s, my ancestor, Rupert Brackenridge, researched a number of scientific scenarios: climate change, asteroid impact, nuclear war, global pandemic, and more. Each scenario showed the likelihood of an extinction-level event to be within 50 years. He fully believed Earth was destined to be rendered uninhabitable. We've always assumed that's what happened.
We've got strict
he gathered the
rules
best
around here,
and
but
brightest
they're
he could
strict.
find, built the Constant,
Wow.
and set a course.
They have old shotguns.
We were told that it was the largest, most advanced ship ever constructed on Earth at the time. If you can believe, entire generations have been born, lived, and died on this ship. It really goes to show that there are no limits to human ingenuity and perseverance.
Now that we know what's out there, things are going to be more interesting from here on out.
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
I have to say, with technology this outdated, I'm amazed this vessel is able to navigate at all. It's almost like walking through a museum.
Our people never expected to meet with other colonies, so forgive them if they are distrustful.
Okay, Captain. What we have?
Now that you're here, I can finally give my crew a chance at a new life.
It's difficult being captain for a colony ship. How's your crew holding up? How long have you been captain?
I think I'm coming up on 6 years now. I was only a teenager when my father died, passing command of the ship to me, as is tradition. Because of that, I've had to sort of learn as I go along, instead of taking years of study and apprenticeship under the prior captain. I think some people on the ship resent me for not having the level of experience as my predecessors. But at the same time, without my command, we likely wouldn't have made it here so quickly.
How's your crew holding up?
A bit frazzled, as you can imagine. People are anxious about discovering that we're not alone, and also worried about what will come to pass. While we hope we can work out a deal with the people on the surface, they seem reluctant to reach out, so there's no telling what will come of that. I do know that we can't afford to stay here in orbit forever. The ship was built to sustain us for many years with backup provisions just in case, but even that will come to an end eventually.
It is difficult being captain for a colony ship.
Difficult is the wrong word. It can be both challenging at times and also exciting. Our mission was to rebuild humanity on a distant world, believing that we were Earth's last hope. To think that while there has always been a Brackenridge in the captain's chair, that I am the one to finally oversee our journey's end is truly exhilarating. But with this stumbling block in our path, at this final moment, I fear tough choices will need to be made.
It sounds like you could use some help with your situation here.
Well, as I mentioned, we've been unsuccessful in communications with anyone up until you arrived, though not for lack of trying. But since you're asking, maybe you'd be willing to be a sort of diplomat between us and them as we attempt to resolve our situation. Does that sound agreeable to you?
Oh, she talks so nice. The people in Paradiso want the same. I will help. Sounds like you're just trying to offload the hard parts to someone else. Depends what's in it for me. What's wrong with your communication system?
We suspect that our equipment is woefully obsolete compared to whatever you all have now. In all honesty, we never expected to need to communicate with anyone, so our comms aren't particularly robust. That limits our options. We even attempted communicating with lights and sounds, something we saw in an old movie, but I don't believe they picked up on it. If anything, it may have inadvertently alarmed them. Ah, so they have a name. Paradiso. And it sounds promising that they sent you here to speak with us. You see, we intended to settle here, but we assumed that they intend to defend their claim given their presence here. We'd like you to go speak to them on our behalf and help us negotiate a solution, preferably one that favors us.
I can't do it. If you tell me what you'd like me to say to them. I will try, but diplomacy may require compromise. If you had a claim to this planet, how could others settle here? Why not just find another planet?
Based on the data our ancestors had when they launched this endeavor, it was determined that this was the perfect planet for us. Even if we had another viable candidate planet, we lack the resources to get there. And as you know, it took us 200 years to get here.
Oh my god.
Our people have no desire to go back to drifting the stars so their children's children can possibly settle on an inferior planet. Yes, of course. But we need to start from a firm position and state our goal. If need be, we can compromise, work out a mutually beneficial deal or some such, but initially I'd like you to be firm with them and convince them to leave the planet to us. Let me know how they respond, and we'll go from there.
Are you out of your minds? In a way they go for that. Porrima II is huge. Why not just settle on the other side of it, away from the others?
We thought about it, but it simply won't do. I need to think about the distant future of our people. Sure, our first settlement may be small, but our predecessors dreamt of our new civilization spreading across the globe. That will be difficult if someone else plans to do the same. While we're not completely close to the idea of sharing, it's much easier if we have complete domain over this world. I'm serious. We have a rightful claim to this land, and I intend to fight for it. But as you're currently our only hope, perhaps you'll honor my request and give it your all, for the sake of some very weary travelers who have come a very long way to be here. Thank you.
Okay, I think we are going to walk over the ship, look some.
So much to learn about now.
Just because our equipment's old, doesn't mean it won't work to take down troublemakers.
Isotopic coolant.
Just stay out of trouble.
Boy. You saw? Look at Sarah. Yeah.
matter what the future holds,
He's my gun partner. We are like two souls that know each other what they want. Only their gun. You see? We have just one cabin, ship office. So the old captains. It's like Planet 51. Nee, what? Wait. Yeah, Planet 51 was. No, Wall-E. Like Wall-E. A colonial ship with the captains from the same family.
We've got strict rules around here, but there's
Rocket Range. That sounds so familiar. Something from these 3 slates that I've read. Oh, I feel I should know who this person is, but somehow it's escaped my memory.
Oh. She have a memory of it. Planes. I hope you understand what I meant. That this ship is on the inside much bigger than on the outside. You're great. Mess hall. Oh no. We're not going down. We have a job to do. Engineering.
Hey there.
Boy, am I glad you brought some sort of...
This is the difference between this ship or starships in Starfield and Star Citizen, for example, because you don't have components you have to run. You just make a layout that your designers think are the best looking or best functional for your quests. You see also the big doors, the big hallways that the NPCs can use, because NPCs are always getting stuck, and Bethesda Games are famous for it. And just build it around it.
These are exciting times, aren't they?
Oh, a big fridge. A real big one. Okay, so where we... I think we are going the wrong way. Ah! I would like to go back to my ship. How? Where? Wait. Where's my ship? Okay. It points me in this direction. Thanks for the marks. Yeah, we find a stairway. And we are going...
The Constant is a peaceful ship. Don't change that.
Yeah. I know everything. Hey, Vasco, we're going down.
Head to my crew position.
Yeah, lay down. Undock. It was a nice surprise, but I thought something like that.
Perfect.
I don't think it would be aliens or something like that. And we are going to... No. We are going there. Yeah! I still think this Reza leaf is still a beauty. Somehow. I like it. I will keep it like it is. Don't mess with it. Okay.
Another day, another shift.
Yeah.
Yes, what?
Yes?
By next time, we will stay longer here and take a room.
Can't wait to
Like her haircut. Buffalo premium seats, Lux penthouse suite, rooftop terrace. Execute. Go.
Excuse me, you can't just waltz in there. Do you have an appointment?
I kind of. You have a problem with a ship in orbit and I'm here to help.
I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something, you can talk to me. That's the best I can do, I'm afraid. I'm afraid so, yes. Sorry, but that's just how
She have a functional weapon rack behind her.
Very busy, so any outside
That's not
parties need to
fair.
book appointments in advance. I really don't, and I can't have you barging in on the executives while they're working. So if you need something, you can talk to me. That's the best I can do.
Yeah, I misclicked.
Oh, you're the one they're waiting for then.
Oh.
Do you need anything else from me before you meet with the board?
What's like working for Paradise? What were everyone's thought when the EST constant showed up? What can you tell me about the board members?
What I could tell you would get me in a lot of trouble. Most of them are typical C-level execs. I doubt you even need to use your imagination for that. The ones that show up to work day to day, at least. I swear, I've never even met some of them, because they chill at their own private, secluded beach homes all the time.
Oh,
anyway,
private beach home.
He's smart around Oliver. He's got a way of getting what he wants without you realizing it. And that's all I'll say. People were a little freaked out around here, understandably. It looks so different and it's so massive. We honestly thought we were under attack by an unknown entity. But then, nothing happened. It just stayed there. No one could communicate with it. And we've been very careful not to alert the resort guests. The board believed it would be bad for business. I can't speak for anyone else, but I've got a pretty high-pressure job working as the executive assistant to the Paradiso board. You can imagine, dealing with a team of execs, trying to manage all of their schedules and their other whims. But it pays well, and they give me a nice executive suite at the hotel to live in. So, it's not all bad. Free access to all the resort's amenities after work helps too.
That's really nice.
Sure. Have fun in the Shark Tank. And don't worry, even they call it that.
Paradiso Security's only here for your safety. Pretend we're not even here.
I want your weapon rack. Still. A functional weapon rack on my ship. Give it to me. Okay, Sarah, come on. Oh, it's a cam.
Stay out of our guest's way, but we're always here if needed.
Camera or turrets?
I just feel that we should be focusing on the natural beauty of this planet, not our amenities.
There are millions of planets out there. People can go to any one of them. The resort facilities are precisely what we bring to the table. Heck, it's the only thing we've really got to offer.
I don't want to risk us coming off as just another artificial, shady, trash-filled dump like Neon. That's not who we are. We've got something special here. We should embrace that.
Belom's right.
Thank you.
We don't want to compete with Neon. Bayou's ruthless. He'll do anything he can to eliminate the competition. We don't need that kind of trouble. That being said, I think there's a middle ground. Maybe build up the beachfront at a boardwalk amusement park. I've had this idea to build artificial hot springs, that sort of thing.
Oh. It It's like just
Sounds
calling
good.
modders
I'll
for
look into what
go
that
and
costs
build
so
it
we can circle back around to this.
big as you
It's
can.
not important. Bring it up with Kiwi.
And
I've been working on a new
because
marketing slogan.
every
Don't
landing
just
site
imagine
on the
paradise.
planets are just
Live it
own
Paradiso.
entity on the planet, own part of like a server on their own map.
I didn't realise
So you
Kiwi was letting
can
people in
just
here.
build on every part something new and just land on the other, and you load a totally different part of the planet. And this is how you can
Just doing my part to make
just
sure
build and build
Paradiso
things on
remains a
planet
paradise.
surfaces.
You're lucky I'm not like the other board members, lazing about the beaches without a care in the universe.
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Loads more interesting things to do outside. No need to mill about in here.
I understand you're the man I need to talk about the strange ship on orbit. Are there really only 3 board members? What can you tell me about Paradiso? You operate this resort outside the settled system, don't you?
Not quite. We just don't answer to the Freestar Collective or the United Colonies. Makes things easier. We don't pay any taxes. We don't need to follow their laws. All the benefits, none of the drawbacks. And no one minds because half the politicians and other big shots love vacationing here. Works for everyone. No, of course not. There's several more. We're just the ones who show up day to day. The others spend their time lazing on the beach or gallivanting off-world. Doesn't bother me though. Less cooks in the kitchen means I get to make all the big decisions around here. Seems to be working out for us just fine. We, the Paradiso group, bought the rights to this planet years ago with the intent of turning it into the biggest and best resort in the universe. To that end, I'd say we've succeeded. As such, no other leisure enterprises may operate on the planet without renting land from us. But as you can see, none can afford such a deal. I am. And you must be the diplomat Jiro told me about. Welcome, welcome. Normally I'd offer you an all-inclusive stay at our resort before we spoke. But given the circumstances, I'm gonna cut to the chase. We've got our friends, the aliens, up there, causing all sorts of problems for our resort. You like that? The marketing team came up with it. The thought is, if we can't get rid of them, it might actually attract more tourism. Come see the aliens!
Let's just get to the matter at hand. That's despicable. You know it's not true. Sure, whatever, it's brilliant. People are never going to fall for that. Why is this problem so urgent to you?
We run a premier resort getaway here. We can't have our guests concocting stories about some budgy old ship hanging around up there. As it is, we've had to reroute our luxury liners around the other side of the planet on entry so no one sees it. It's bad for business. We need to nip this in the bud and take care of it before the tourists catch on and cause a scene. Ah, we're being direct then. Good on you. So, what do you know about this dodgy ship I'm hearing all about?
It's a generation ship full of colonists from Earth here after a 200-year journey. It's a rickety old Earth ship full of uptight colonists who think they own your planet. Old Earth colonists desperate to settle after 200 years. I'm sure you can exploit that. Or what would you say if I told you it really was an alien mothership here to destroy the planet?
Well, that's something. Shame we can't just tell them kindly to bugger off. Something tells me that's not going to work. Now, tell me, what are we going to do about it? Give me some proposals, people. I need something to work with here.
We could offer to resettle them here. There's more than enough space.
They could stay here, temporarily, but it'll cost them. Quite a bit, too. They'd need to work off all their debts before being allowed to leave.
Maybe not. What if we help them get out of here? Outfit their ship with a grav drive so they can find a new home. We could even lend our engineers to help and give their captain an updated star map. What do you think?
Sounds costly. We can't absorb that cost, and it's unlikely they even have compatible currency, let alone enough for the transaction. Someone else would have to foot the bill.
Oh, I swear this would be a lot easier if they ceased to exist entirely. Anyway, Seema's got the right idea. Either works for me. Just tell me what you want to do.
Oh, I have to decide. I think made up my mind. So they can live here, but they're being 10 turret servants. This means modern slaves. Wait, why do I have to buy a grav drive? Cease to exist? Are you suggesting I destroy the ship? Why can't we just let some other authority handle this? Why can't they just settle on the other side of the planet or something?
We own this planet, they don't. Here at Paradiso, we don't like leaving things to chance. Who knows what these people will do with their land? Imagine the landscaping disasters they might come up with, and how that might mar the satellite imagery of the planet in our brochures. No, much better to assimilate them into our culture if they come here to live, rather than leave it to chance.
Okay. They are human beings and you're worried about landscaping? That's absurd. I understand your point from a business stance, but I disagree. You're probably right. These people could be bad for business.
And that's within your right. But as the CEO of Paradiso Group, I'm the one who has to make and approve decisions around here, not you. So, as much as I appreciate your feedback, it's not in the best interest of the Paradiso Group to take it into account.
Can I just shoot him and take over the head of as a CEO? I think I've made up my mind. So they can live here, but they're...
We operate outside of the Free Stars only, you see, partially because we don't want anyone else meddling in our affairs. And we'd rather not draw attention to it. As I've mentioned, it could be bad for business. We'd much rather settle this independently. Oh, I didn't say that specifically. This would be a mutual contract for room and board in exchange for services rendered. Of course, there's no telling how long this arrangement will last, given the substantial costs we'd need to take on in order to accommodate them here, including their continued room and board. But this may save the resort on operating costs in the long term, as we'd be able to let go of some of our current paid staff. It's not our responsibility to bear the brunt of that cost. We're being more than generous by offering the use of our engineering team to help install it. A custom grav drive can't come cheap, and I assume they have neither the monetary means nor the connections to get a hold of that kind of technology. That leaves the only other party in this negotiation. You. And which proposal will you be taking to the good captain? I assume there's a captain?
Oh my, I convinced them to take the settlement deal. I will buy the grav drive and convince them to settle elsewhere. Hypothetically, what could make a ship like that to go away? What if after all this they continue to insist their claim to this planet predates yours?
They'd be hard-pressed to defend their claim in any courts. Our charter goes back years. It was registered with both the UC and Free Star Collective, per the Centaurus Proclamation. We may be outside the settled systems, but that charter's official as can be. I'm sorry, but you're going to need to be the one to break the news to them that they need to make a compromise or leave. I have no idea, because I'm not suggesting anything of the sort. But it's a wonder that old ship made it all the way here in such a relatively short time. Must have really been pushing themselves. An engineer friend of mine told me once that the reactors on those old ships have a tendency to self-destruct if they overload. Of course, their engineers must have taken great care not to push it too far. Someone would likely have to override the safety systems in the reactor computer. But who would do such a thing?
Don't even think for one moment that this would be acceptable behavior. You can't just blow up their ship. That's insane.
I don't do this shit.
Good on you. You want to see a man named Benny St. James over at Hope Tech. He's the best in the business. If anyone can retrofit a 200-year-old ship with a modern grav drive, it'd be him. We'll coordinate our engineering team with his when you return, though you may have to help the Constance engineers prepare for it on their end. Good luck.
I know this was a difficult decision, but if it's any consolation, I think you've made the right choice. Compared to the destruction of their vessel and relegating them to a life of servitude, I'd say this is the best chance they've got.
Right. On behalf of the Paradiso Group, we appreciate your help.
Okay. I'm sorry. This is not Lando Calrissian. I would love to just
I only call on Bennu for important jobs, so I hope
get rid of all
If you've heard of
her
us
and
elsewhere,
him.
chances are
He can stay.
it's because of me. With a name like Paradiso, the marketing for this place writes itself.
I hope your stay here is going well.
It looks really strange. Okay, Sarah, let's hit back. Lobby.
It may be paradise, but that doesn't mean we don't run into trouble from time to time.
Okay, wait. Can we just fast travel? Yeah.
I have things for you.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. We have to go.
Engines firing. Here we go.
There. Stable already achieved. Like a toy sailboat released into a calm pond.
Okay, this is it for episode 8. And we are going in the next episode for the grave jump. And trying to negotiate a good price. I hope so. But where we have to go? Porrima. Narion. Narion is a... Wait, it's a... It's 3 jumps away. But then we are near home. And can visit back. Sell some stuff. And go back. We have a bounty. Bounty, 262. Okay. Why? I don't know. Level 30. Hope you enjoyed this trip. We found a colony ship. 200 years old. We will see how it will go next time. And see you to episode 9 or one of our other videos on this channel or on one of the other channels. And thanks for watching. Exocron out.